Well, folks, today's April the 2nd, 2021, and this is Lakeshore Road in Lake Mead Recreation Area. It's about the zero point 0.5 mile mark from the North Shore Road and Lakeshore Road intersection. But anyway, today I want to walk over and look at this white material outcropping, and I can see that it's a large deposit of gypsum, um, which is, again, here we're walking sort of a northeasterly direction, easterly direction. This deposit extends to the west also. Well, within these gypsum beds, you can see examples of gypsum alabaster and gypsum selenite. Pretty interesting walk through. What I want to do here is go to this other area, uh, walking north on Lakeshore Road. I want to look at all these basalt fragments. There's just thousands of them that are covering the basalt. I mean, this gypsum over here, this layering. And it's just not right in this location here. It extends across the road to the west for a distance. I mean, some sort of a lava flow came through here. Maybe it's very thin and somehow has found its way on top of this gypsum material. Gypsum is so incredibly soft. Uh, it's not really sure if the lava flowed on top of this gypsum or some other material, and that has since eroded away. Or could this flow, this thin flow, could have flowed into water that was on top of this gypsum material here? But it's just it's unique how they're all kind of spaced away from one another, as if it was a sheet and then it cracked into all these pieces. And then because of the ground beneath it, the fragments separated like they are. I'm not sure if this could have been a mass flood event, but it seems like they would all be piled up close together if it was a mass flooding event. But then maybe it is. But what I have noticed on many of these fragments, if not all of them, is an unusual pattern on the surface of these basaltic fragments. It's almost like they look identical to the surface area of this gypsum, this crystalline gypsum. A lot of it's in here. I mean, but there's a close-up look at how they're sort of embedded into the gypsum top portion here. But it's just unique how you have all of these fragments, anywhere from a half a foot to a foot or more in diameter. And the surface on these fragments it's something I've never seen before. But it's almost like they were soft when they hit something and it formed that pattern somehow. Doesn't look like lava or Pahoy Hoy. Something different about it. But let's get some close-ups so everyone can look at that, and maybe someone has an idea of how this all came about. Why is it as we have all of these thousands and thousands of fragments on top of this gypsum formation here? And of course, through millions of years of erosion, a lot of this gypsum has just collapsed and washed away down into Boulder Wash, which is that large valley to the east. There you can just see it, just thousands of these specimens, basaltic specimens. They just nested on top of this gypsum. And how did this all come about? We walk through this little path. Obviously, someone's been through here to study this. It's just a very unique situation. This pattern of these basaltic fragments extends to the west across the street for quite a distance. I mean, it's not unique just to this little area right here. Something happened to cause this unusual appearance here long, long ago, millions of years ago. But it's pretty neat. Of course, in the millions of years, a lot of erosion has occurred. So much of those fragments are quite a distance from here during flash flooding and what have you through the many millions of years. But it's just a fascinating little area to try to figure out what is the geological story behind all of this here. Anyway, I'll walk over to this other area where it's just quite a bit of just gypsum on its own. It's interesting. Gypsum is a component that goes into fertilizer, but in an arid environment, you, sometimes you live and sometimes you don't. Again, this just walking into the gypsum here, you see crystalline gypsum in the form of selenite, and then a lot of it's just gypsum alabaster. And you come up to these plant life here that just didn't make it in this heat. And it can get really hot out here in the summer. Mm. Gypsum in its crystalline form is really beautiful to look at. And again, the plant life through here, sometimes they live and sometimes they don't. This particular piece here, you can see all the roots that are exposed on the surface. So several feet of this gypsum has eroded away, exposing the branches and the roots rather. And again, some of these plants live, and then there are times when they don't live. It's a harsh environment through here. Again, out in the distance there, to the left is Lava Butte. Coming up to the edge here of this gypsum formation, you can look down into the valley here, Boulder Wash. I mean, the bottom of the valley there. Once you get up to the edge here, is some 200 or more feet. It's quite a distance down there. Really hate to get up too close to the edge because this material is so soft, and that's one hell of a fall. But out in the distance, it's just so beautiful. The red sandstone and the Muddy Creek Formation. Uh, this event must have occurred some 10 to 11 million years ago, because in some areas I can see where the gypsum is right on top of the red sandstone unit, right at that border of the Muddy Creek and the red sandstone unit some 10, 11 million years ago, approximately. But deep down in there is way to the bottom down there is some 200 more feet. I mean, that's a spectacular view through here, looking to the east. The pinks and the light reds. And over in the distance, you can see some lava flows in Boulder Wash area. But anyway, heading back towards the road and walking through all this gypsum material. It's amazing the plant life that can grow in it. And again, you see quite a bit of gypsum selenite uh, throughout this area here. But anyway, it's really an interesting little walkthrough here. I mean, with close-ups of different pieces, you can just see the sparkling of the crystalline gypsum in the sunlight as you walk through this area here and the other areas too. It's just really amazing what has occurred here. Yeah, there's just a lot of little specks of selenite, gypsum selenite in there. Incredible luster that reflects off the sunlight. Some more beautiful examples. These gypsum deposits can be found throughout the Lake Mead recreation area. Uh, this is just one huge outcropping here, the east and west side of Lake Mead Road that we're coming up on. Um, gypsum is just quite a bit of it in this area. It's an economic mineral used in sheetrock and fertilizer and other things. But there's a huge commercial enterprise with gypsum out here. But anyway, coming back up to the road here, looking kind of north, and then that's west. But the gypsum to the west just continues on, and the lava basaltic fragments to the distance on the west. But anyway, walking back to my truck, in a south sort of a direction. It's just really beautiful through here. If you love this kind of stuff like I do, and as far as a hobby, a beginner's hobby, this is just a lot of fun to get out. The hiking is not so great. I mean, as far as how much hiking you have to do, it's real easy to hike over to all these different formations. But looking east again, it's out there is Boulder Wash, the big valley that all the material flushes down to Lake Mead. That's a mile or two to the south. There's Lava Butte to the left there. But it was a wonderful morning, nice and cool. April the 2nd, 2021.